Hey everyone, this is Subnet Zero and welcome to my channel. So today we will be doing a short video. It's not going to be lengthy like how we did the previous ones. Just to give you a brief introduction of NAT. So what is NAT? That is Network Address Translation, okay? So in the previous video, if you remember, just 1 second, sorry. Yeah, so if you remember in the previous video that we did in the pre-1993 IP classes, the issues that we were facing, because like it was either too wasteful or is the internet will run out of IP addresses. So we had these two solutions. One is the private IP address block and one is the CIDR, if you remember, okay? So within private IP address block, there's another further solution that the network engineers created, which is what we call as NAT, Network Address Translation. What do I mean by that? Let's explore. So if you remember that, in our previous videos, we did public versus private IP address. I've just taken a still from one of my previous videos. The reason I've removed a still is to ensure continuity. Okay. So that and also there is a element of familiarity. So it's like when there's continuity, familiarity, if I bring a reference of something which I already spoke about, understanding would be easier. Okay. So in public versus private IP address in my previous videos, if you must have seen that this pink color, let me just zoom in over here, just 1 second. This pink you see over here, this pink circle, it has like either a printer or a laptop or a mobile, okay? And they have their own private IP addresses, which ends with which has 192.168.1.24.1.25 and 1.26, okay? It does not matter. First, let me just clear this out. Just hold on a second. Yeah, so now that I've cleared this out, if you remember, the one in pink. Let me just show. Yeah, the one in pink over here. It is like a house, and all the private IP addresses or the devices are inside. Okay. Again, remember, every device, if it's connected to the internet, it has its own private IP address, and it's within a network. So it does not matter if it's like one device or two device or three device or like 40 devices or 50 devices. If you remember, it gets translated into public IP address, which is a single front facing IP address. Over here it can be let's say 49.84.42.1, for example. Okay. So this is the public IP address, which is like a front facing number. So that's how the router will convert it into, and that's how the internet will be able to see. It won't be able to see this pink house. It will only be able to see this blue front facing public IP address. Now, how does that happen? So in this router, if you see, most home router have network, or most home or small office routers, they have network address translation embedded in it. There will be few times where they aren't, but majority of the at least the general purpose used routers have NAT inbuilt in it. Yeah. So what they do is basically they translate the IP addresses within this network into one singular public facing IP address. So any traffic, let's say from 192.168.1.26, it will get converted to 49.84.42.1. Then it will get routed to the internet, okay? And then when the internet is sending traffic back, it will use this reference 49.84.42.1. It's not going to see the private IP address. It's only going to see this and likewise reroute its traffic, okay? Similar when it comes to this printer, 192.168.1.25, it will get translated into 49.84.42.1. That's how it will get connected to the internet. Similarly, with this 192.168.1.24, it will get converted into 49.84.42.1 as a public-facing IP address, and that's how it will get connected to the internet. And all of this is done by NAT, Network Address Translation. So in future, like when I'll be deep diving into technologies like VoIP, that's voice over IP, or any other technologies, this will come a lot in handy. So this is just a brief introduction what network address translation is. Okay. So the next video we will be covering all about subnetting. And yeah, I hope this video was easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.